Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottlez.
I am AltJake.
We have a special guest this week. His name is AltJake from the channel AltJake Takes On.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna do my best to do my best Don Wayne impersonation today.
You have to fill his shoes.
Yeah,
screaming, singing. You have to do it all.
All right.
If you know the words to The Look by Roxette, that's a plus. That's all I can tell you. Don Wayne's away. He's on assignment. He's trying to figure out how many sips it takes to get to the end of a bottle of Buffalo Trace. He's concentrating on that right now. He's going to make it. I'm confident he's going to make it. He's going to have an answer for us. Don, I almost called you Don.
It's all
Jake.
good.
Force of habit, Jake. Sorry about that. Jake, wait a minute. What's this? We have a mystery guest here.
We got a run-in.
Just wanted to tell you guys, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you, George.
Who was that masked man with the bandana? Who was that?
I don't know. Just don't call him Shirley. That's all I know.
I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. That was another line from that movie.
Yeah.
We're riffing on Airplane right now, folks.
Yes.
SummerSlam is in the books. It was a two-night deal, a two-night show for the first time ever. And I sort of think that it really didn't need to be 2 nights. What was your take on that?
Yeah, here's the thing. I think the show's book ended well. I feel like they opened and closed hot, but yeah, there was definitely matches in the middle there that what did they used to say about it, where there was like with World Class, where initially they had a match that needed a stadium, and then it was a stadium that needed a match. You know, this didn't need to be 2 nights. Like, it could have been one really great night, maybe make it 4 hours instead of 3, one night with the matches that were good, and you didn't need matches. There was at least 2 matches each night that weren't really necessary, I don't think.
Exactly. They were SmackDown matches, basically.
Yeah.
They could have been an epic episode of SmackDown before SummerSlam, or an epic episode of Raw. It seems like, before we get into the meat of the matter and what was on the show and all that, it's just we're giving our first initial impressions. It seems like the build-up for this show was completely lackluster. It really didn't all gel and coalesce until 2 weeks before SummerSlam. It started, moving parts started snapping together.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was just they knew what they wanted to do for their main events and their hot open, the celebrity stuff, but everything else in between, just lackluster. And the omission of certain people on the show was crazy. Like, LA Knight was not on the show at all. He disappeared. He beat Rollins in that match where he got hurt on Saturday Night's Main Event, and he disappeared.
That was 3 weeks ago.
Yes, Julia, the women's U.S. champ. She defended her belt again on SmackDown, not on the main show, which it sort of makes me think that they have no faith in Julia right now. All the impetus right now is on Stephanie Vacker. And where was Stephanie Vacker on the show?
Right,
a hot talent like Stephanie Vacker.
Yeah, they should have shown her during the women's triple threat, because she's facing the winner in Paris at the end of the month. Like, yeah, at least have her there.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
It would have been a great facet of the show to see the people that weren't booked to show up and get involved, maybe in a match, ringside commentary, things like that, backstage. I know we saw the New Day hawking pizza with Alpha Academy, the remnants of Alpha Academy. And by the way, where's Otis? Otis is gone. He's been gone for a month now.
They had pizza. Where was Otis? He was the one who should have been there. He would have been the one to eat it on screen.
He would have folded one up like a taco and ate it just in one bite and shoved it right in his mouth.
Rolls it up. Yes.
It was I just thought that it was SummerSlam was too much for the 2 days. Yeah. It could have been a nice 4.5 hour show.
Well, yeah, exactly.
With key matches.
Yeah, because both shows, like, if you look at the first night, like, they started off with, Roman and Jay versus the Bronze was great. Great hot open. The crowd was into it. And then even the women's tag title match, the crowd was more into it and more behind Charlotte than I've seen in a long time, which was fun to watch. And then it just slowed down to a crawl. Like,
it did.
Yeah, I mean, do you need did the Sammy and Karrion Kross, unless Kross was going to win that match or turn Sammy or have a big moment of it? Why isn't that not tonight where it's a big match on the Raw after SummerSlam? I don't know. I'm with you on that. I just feel like they were trying to fill out the cards.
Exactly. And all the rumors of Karrion Kross not re-signing his contract. Why would they put him on a major pay-per-view if he did not re-up his contract? Why would they do that? I know he lost, but he was featured fantastically on the show, had his full entrance, got a lot of offense in. Don't get it. Don't get it at all. Let's go down to matches one by one. Let's start out with the first match, shall we? The first match was Cardi B versus the teleprompter. She struggled with the teleprompter, and it was a touch and go thing. She gave it the WAP, her finishing maneuver, and she finally beat the teleprompter and waddled backstage. Back up the ramp from when she came. You know, Cardi B, when she started out, she was a Puerto Rican club girl that used to take guys home or go back to their place, and she'd roofie them and rob them. Did you hear that story?
I've heard that, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
her and her girlfriends used to do that religiously. They were famous for it. Back when she first started out as a club girl, part-time rapper, if you could call what she does rapping now. I'm not quite sure what that is. She does.
I like the first club girl. That's a very nice way of saying that. That's a very nice way to put that.
Well, I could have called her a whore, but I just used the term club girl. You know, I'd rather use a pejorative than a negative.
I was going to go with stripper, but I mean, whore, you know, it does fit. No, yeah. And for being the host, was that all she did the entire weekend? Or was that's not a hosting?
They had a little thing. They had a little thing for WWE.com where she was backstage and she was talking to, it was Randy Orton and Logan Paul and Jelly Roll and
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, and she said, "Well, y'all talking like this, you know, you just fought each other." Like she couldn't understand. She was all locked up in the kayfabe. She thought kayfabe still existed in 2025.
Somebody needs to show her Unreal. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I'm glad that was all it was. You know, just get through it, move it on. At least it didn't take up a ton of time.
Dude, people were saying, "Oh, Cardi B is going to have a match. She's going to tag team with somebody." That's what they were saying months ago when she was announced for SummerSlam. I said, please
I heard that her and Bailey were like spatting back and forth on X or whatever, and then people like, "Oh, well, that's why Bailey's not on the card. She's going to have a match with Cardi B." I'm like, pass.
Almighty.
Pass.
Cardi B had trouble walking down that ramp, let alone climbing into a wrestling ring. Good God Almighty.
Yeah.
The first match was actually Paul Heyman bringing out the Shula Fala, as they refer to it now. Yes, the Roman Reigns' sneakers, his tennis shoes, walking him down the ramp with his team of the two Bronze, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Good match. They faced Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. He finally came back to work for an actual match on PLE. It was fantastic. This match started so high, so fast, so up here that whatever was coming after that, you couldn't follow it. You had to have something like Sami Zayn or what actually followed it. They followed the women's tag title.
The women's tag, which was good, but it was also quick. I felt like if they'd have run that women's tag, because it was under 15 minutes. I forget how long it was, but it was under 15. I felt like if they'd have gone over, they would have lost him. That women's tag did just enough to keep people in and then move on. Because you're right. The crowd was, I mean, pretty much from the time when you had Jay and then Roman both come out. I mean, everybody was into it. The ones were up. Like that was a great way to kick off the show, get a hot start. And it's smart to do it then when the crowd's got their most energy. You know, if you do that an hour to 2-3 hours later, the yeets are going to be a lot slower and a lot less, not as much yeeting.
Exactly. Less yeeting, which could be a good thing for me, I think. I'm not a big fan of the Yeet Man. The Yeet Man did all four of his major moves during this match.
The big four.
The big four. The spear, the super kick, the spit in the hand, and the crossbody off the top rope. He did it all. Right. And he was just, I guess he was in the Ricky Morton position where he got beat down for a little bit, trying to make the hot tag to Roman Reigns. By the way, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are an exceptional tag team. I didn't think they were to gel that well. So good, so old school, just no regard for their own bodies whatsoever, as evident by Breaker coming off the top rope onto that table, knee first, man.
Woo. Yeah.
And he jacked up his knee and he just bit it. And there was cell phone footage from the crowd where he was being worked over by the medics and they helped him limp to the back. But he came out later on.
Right.
And like nothing was wrong. And maybe it was just adrenaline. Maybe they got a nice fat knee brace on him, shot him up with Novocaine in that knee. I'm not quite sure.
Or just the fact that he's like 25. You know, like when you're 25, you're
pretty resilient when you're 25.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Your recovery time's a lot faster as opposed to the rest of us now. Yeah. If I did that, I would have been in a wheelchair for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. I got hurt just watching him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
This felt like a big time match. It felt like it was a lot of gravitas in this match, a lot of excitement.
Built it well too. Yeah, like you said,
all stars. These were all stars.
And having Heyman on the outside growing it too. Yeah, that was fun.
What'd you think about that Bronson Reed suicide dive?
or was it? Do we call the Roman like the tope con shieldo? I'm not sure what to call that. Roman going over the top and out there. There was a lot there was stuff in that match that where they kept it. There was obviously great spots, but you nailed it with the hot tag. I thought it was great where like Breaker was holding back Jay and like singing and chanting, being just super heelish with Roman and talking shit. And then they almost had the tag and then Reed pulled him down. Stuff like that.
Oh,
That's tag team wrestling. That's tag 101. I'm actually excited to hear Cornette talk about this one because they did hot tags. They built it right. Like that's what a tag match should be. It was fun. And you saw the crowd get up and then down and they kept building him up so that by the end of it, they fully crescendoed. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And you had all those, all the car crash moments, the diving and the table, guys smashing into one another. It was fantastic. I loved it. And the top rope bulldog a la Rick Steiner.
Yes.
That was fantastic. I said, what a callback to his father, man. It was just it was great to see him do that without actually killing anybody. He did it like a pro. I thought, if this kid doesn't know what he's doing, because I've never seen him do it before, it could end pretty bad. And Roman and Jay won after Uso did these famous splash on Bronson Reed, who I thought he wouldn't be the one to be pinned, but Breaker's got a rocket strapped to his ass.
Oof.
And I thought, after I saw it, I thought, that makes sense to pin Reed. So, and Reed's getting paid a handsome sum to be pinned. Oh, they buried Bronson. They buried Bronson Reed. I can't believe it. Those guys get paid the same whether they win or lose. So,
and the whole buried thing, like you can losing a match isn't being buried. Now, if you don't get any offensive in and get shat on, they shit in your mouth for 6 minutes while you get your ass kicked. That's getting buried. No, Jay and Roman went over, but everybody helped get themselves over. I thought everybody looked great by the end of it. And the Braun and Bronson didn't need the win, but they were able to still look strong, have some great moves, and they can talk their shit tonight on Raw.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The match after this, the preceding match, it wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't. It didn't have the high spots of what we had in the you really can't call it Bloodline versus Bloodline. Bloodline versus the Heyman Society. I'll just call it that. The Heyman Society.
I like that.
Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez from the Judgment Day. Tag team champions versus Charlotte Flair and her new best friend, Alexa Bliss. And I was just amazed, absolutely amazed by the fact that the crowds warmed up to Flair because of the addition of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but they've really made it work well where they've the backstage segments or the stuff that's gone like on social media and stuff where they've gone back and forth has been pretty entertaining and good. And then for the folks that watched Unreal, I forget which episode it is, but one of the episodes Charlotte is featured heavily, and it's her recovery from the knee injury from a year ago, and it's hard not to want to root for her to come back from that with it. So I could, I'm not surprised that it got over the way it did. I'm just surprised that it got over as fast as it did. I thought it would take a little bit longer for the crowd to get behind Charlotte, but it went pretty quickly. And no, this match, like you said, it wasn't going to be as high spot or as great as the one before, but it was perfect for what it was. Like it let the crowd down a little bit, but they were able to be entertained and, kept it fun. And then I think it's a good move to have Charlotte and Alexa win, because then the Judgment Day can do what they're going to do. And if they're going to either get the titles back when Liv comes back, or if they can't get them back and then Liv comes back and gets involved with that, either way should be interesting stories for sure.
Exactly. Absolutely. I kept waiting for all these weeks now for Alexa Bliss to get re-involved with the Wyatt Six. That supernatural aspect of her character
Just don't
resurface.
think,
She says,
yeah.
keep watching. It just might happen. That's what she said in a recent interview. And, why would Alexa Bliss lie to me? So,
And I mean, it might happen, but I just don't see a need for it to happen. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they end up with her, it's the old creative has nothing for you. Maybe like a last ditch effort, have her go to the Wyatts and team with Nikki. But I think they're probably better with where she is. I think, but I don't know.
If the Wyatt Six keeps floundering the way they're floundering, you might have to put Alexa Bliss with them. She's rehabbing Charlotte Flair's
She
career
might be
right
the
now.
skin.
She might be.
Shit, you
she
made
might
a point there. You might be right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought when the bell rang, who's getting stiffed by Charlotte Flair in this match? Who's getting their teeth knocked out? That's what I thought. The crowd wasn't completely dead, but it wasn't a lot of heat from this crowd. I'm not sure if the microphones, they mic the crowd differently. It's outdoor arena. The sound's not going up and bouncing back down.
Right.
Off the roof of an arena or an auditorium or whatever you want to call it. It was an outdoor arena. And the sound maybe just was floating up into the air. I don't know. But there was hardly any noise from this crowd whatsoever. It wasn't evident in the first match. The first match, they were really invested. This, I think it was just they saw it as a Raw match, like I did. Roxanne Perez looks like a little kid standing next to Charlotte Flair. Really, and Raquel Rodriguez. She looks like a child standing there.
No, and as such, she needs to do like... She works too babyface with the way she works. I was talking to George about it earlier, and he pointed out to me that like when you watch her work, she doesn't do like little tripping things or like poking the eye. Like she should be more of a heel and be more of like a shit heel with her size. It would work better for it. And I just don't. I mean, she's still so young that I don't know if she's had to work that much as a heel with it. I think there's a lot of potential with her for sure. Obviously, she's the prodigy for a reason, but I kind of agree with you that. If she's gonna look that small and be out there, she should kind of be like the little, like that, like everybody's like. There's always that friend group where there's that little guy that's in the group, but he's the one that always starts shit and gets in people's faces. And she could be like that kind of person with it, like Scrappy Doo, essentially.
A Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Rocks. Yeah,
absolutely.
Talk her shit and then go run behind Raquel. Like screw you, and then go hide behind Raquel. I like that.
One of the craziest comments from Michael Cole on commentary. Alexa Bliss has the WWE fans on their feet. No, they weren't on their feet. They looked like they were getting up to buy popcorn or buy some more T-shirts. There was a parade of people walking in the background, coming back and forth. This was their, get another beer, go to the bathroom match.
Well, and they announced early enough in the day that it was going to be Roman and Jay starting. So, if I was there, get in your seat, we're going to watch the opening match, and then I'll go, then I'm going to grab a beer, grab a hot dog, get myself ready for the rest of the show. I could kind of see that setting up. Makes sense.
Bliss accidentally pops Flair in the face. Bliss throws a sister Abigail and Roxanne Perez. She escapes that. Flair teases a heel move, kicking Alexa Bliss, but the target was for Raquel Rodriguez, as my partner who's not here calls her Gonzo. Gonzo got clipped by the kick. I thought for sure that Flair was going to go and reciprocate being punched in the face, but it was just a tease. I think that's what they're going to be doing in the future, teasing little dissension between the two.
That's what that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, we'll just keep that in the back of your mind. That'll come back at some point later. But as for now, and it works for them. It gives them both something to do. They can both be champions. It makes sense for now. And then eventually, when you want them to split up, you've got an easy turn.
Exactly. So the end result was Roxanne Perez and Gonzo lost the tag belts, the ladies' tag belts, to the team of Flair and Bliss. And hopefully they'll be defending on all the shows, NXT, SmackDown, and on Raw. Like to see that. Like to see Charlotte Flair interacting with the people down in NXT.
Especially with the ladies in NXT. Like NXT, the NXT women's division is stacked. So that would definitely work out well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And she's been training Ava Raine, The Rock's daughter.
Okay.
The GM of NXT. Did you see the clips on Twitter last week?
Yes, I did. Yeah, was that were they at Natty's dungeon? I think. Yeah,
I'm not sure. Were they?
Or was it the PC? Yeah, I know. I know that she's been training with her a bunch, and I haven't seen like the videos, but I see the pictures of them all sweaty outside the ring, like doing the bicep pose or pointing at each other and stuff.
Exactly.
You know, you hope it works out for Ava, but
she's got 2 left feet, man. She doesn't have her father's charisma either, or gift.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's she hasn't gotten much better in the backstage segments or on the mic. You want her to, but oof.
She blew out each knee being trained down there.
I didn't realize. I knew she blew out. Oh, I knew she blew out. I didn't realize she blew out both. Oh, God.
Yeah, she blew out both in her training down there before she even made it to TV. So they decided to make her the GM of NXT to keep the Rock
Tommy John surgery before you hit the big leagues, man. You got to,
It's tough, man.
It's tough, yeah.
She's got a long road ahead of her. She sticks it out. Maybe Dwayne could get her in a couple movies. Some background spots. I was going to
say that. Is there a Moana 3 she could sneak her way into or something?
Oof. Yes. Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn, match number 3. And I wrote this sucked. And I had no interest in this whatsoever. I'm not a big fan of Sami Zayn.
No one had
Karrion Kross. What's that?
I said neither did anybody else. It didn't seem like anybody had interest in this at all.
It was awful.
It was
awful. Karrion Kross is great in the backstage promos. He's great being interviewed. He's great coming to the ring with his wife. But when the bell rings, he's a little lackluster. I'll just put it to you that way. I don't know if it's because he doesn't work as a big man. He doesn't have like a he's got that what's he call it? The cross face? What's he call that movie he uses?
The cross jacket, I think.
The cross jacket, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, the cross jacket.
Right.
He's got that as a finishing move, a submission move, but I don't really see anything else that he's doing that would say, wow, his offense is pretty devastating, because it's not. Sami Zayn, he looks like, man, I know there's a lot of Sami Zayn fans out there, but he just looks like a homeless man that wandered in off the street. And he's in the ring and he's doing whatever he wants to do. I don't know, dude. He spanned the blue thunder bomb several times. I don't know. I don't know what's this going to lead to. It was a little bit of a "Let's go, Sammy, let's go, Cross" chant, bad dueling chants back and forth, but this crowd was just not into this at all.
No, you can tell they were.
This could have just been a Raw match, like we talked about earlier. It could have been on Raw, and they could have had a finite end to this. I don't see another match between these two. Cross lost to Zayn, who did need the win. That's what I wrote down. He did not need to win this match because he's over with the crowd.
Right, and he beat him. He beat Cross at Night of Champions in Saudi, and I thought that made sense. Have Sammy win in Saudi, and even when George and I recapped that, we're like, well, they'll probably have a match at either SummerSlam or Clash or whatever, and Cross will get the win back, and maybe that'll turn Sammy. Maybe some interesting stuff will happen. But if on Raw or SmackDown the next couple of weeks, like maybe Sammy does start to turn evil and Cross is in the background or something, but it's not that interesting overall. And like you said, I agree with you. Cross is great in the stuff on his YouTube, his backstage segments, and Scarlett's amazing. I love how she gets involved in the matches and stuff with it, but yeah, overall, it just doesn't really seem to be clicking.
With Cross,
with crowd.
Yeah. But if you listen to the IWC, he's walking on water. He's the best thing they've got. If you listen to the IWC, people that don't buy tickets.
I try not to. I try not to listen to them, but they're so damn loud. And and there are people do like him a lot. When I was at Raw in June, there was a few different Cross signs that I saw, and there's definitely people behind him with it. But how many of them are there actually? How many? The IWC, if you see 6 people saying the same thing, is it 6 people or is it 2 with 3 accounts each or 1 with 6? Who knows? Gotta get bots.
It's a bot farm.
It really is
on the IWC. Yeah. It really is, dude. It really is. Sometimes they each tweet the same thing if they forgot.
Oh my God.
Oh, I tweeted it out on that account. Yeah. Mosquito Dick number 452. I tweeted on that, and now I'm tweeted on. Oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah. So. Oh, I cheated on Mosquito Dick, not Dick Mosquito. Damn it! Yeah, that's exactly it. Now you see people where they'll find it, where they'll post where you get 7 different accounts that have verbatim the exact same tweet. You and I get along, my friend. We are similar people. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where you and I are going to have verbatim, word for word, the exact same tweet. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
To have it happen 7 to 10 times in the same subject, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We had another Hulk Hogan tribute on this show, which we didn't need to have. It was nice that Nick was there and his wife or girlfriend or whoever she is. It was nice that he was there, but maybe they just wanted to do it on a PLE for Hulk Hogan. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was more like, oh, here was this record at SummerSlam. All the thing was for me, unfortunately, when they said that, all I thought of was the Hulk lie where he said that he was at SummerSlam 92 in Wembley, and you're like, no, you weren't, but they were at the Hulkster in heaven stuff. But yeah, at least it was quick. I thought they were gonna go back to the video package they did the last couple
so
weeks.
did
I.
Like,
again, yeah.
So did I.
It's a great video package, but like you said, we don't need it again.
Thank God it ended, and they did do the prologue video package, the same one they've been running on all the other 3 shows.
Yeah.
But hey, he's at a better place. The Hulkster is. Match number 4 was Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, and Jake, I was surprised by the fact that this only went 7 minutes. I was surprised.
I mean, it's what it needed to be, though. Like, as we see it with Jade, where she's got a skill set, she looks a star for sure, but I mean, from what I've seen in almost every one of her matches, there's a point where she's good at what they figured out, like what they've worked out. But if something deviates, or if there's a mistake, or if the crowd reacts different and they have to improvise, that's where she just seems to get lost. And I feel like that's why this match was 7-8 minutes where they were like, and they didn't. And Jade needs somebody in the ring with her who's like a ring general who's been doing this forever, or not forever, but 10, 15 years. Tiffany's been at this 4 years, and that includes her training with Greg Gagne. So it's not like she's had that much, and she did well for what she was trying to do, but you could even see in Tiffany, she's like, fuck, I got to be the leader of this. I've got to run her through this. I've got to really, and it seemed like it kind of held her back a little bit. Yeah.
You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It was a 2 baby faces that people didn't want to see fight. They didn't want to see this match. No one wanted to see it. They wanted to see Jade versus Naomi is what they wanted to see for the belt. That's what they wanted. Or Jade versus Bianca Belair. But Bianca Belair's out with that hand injury. So I'm not sure where they're going to go with Jade now. I know she's going to be filming a movie soon, which a lot of these people are. They're going to be gone for a while. Cody, Roman, they're going to be filming movies, and you're not going to see them. So I don't know where these storylines are going to end. Be interesting. I did it for Bianca storyline. Just got dropped like a hot potato because Bianca's hurt.
Right.
This match was just boring. 7 minutes of bullshit. There was no heat for any of this. I had no interest in this. The cartwheel by Tiffany Stratton, spamming the cartwheels. A lot of near falls. She had her leg on the ropes. I thought that was it. Spamming the moonsaults. I don't know if that was a breakdown in communication or what they were going to do, but she seemed lost and just started doing moonsaults. Jade tried to do the jaded off the top rope, and she failed at that moonsault from Tiffy, and Tiffy retains the match. I mean, retains the title. And I didn't like any of it.
Yeah, I'm glad Tiffany retained, but I thought there was going to be something of a schmoz or reason to it, or maybe Bianca gets involved with it. I don't know. Just when it ended, it was kind of like, oh, huh, all right. Moving on.
Yes.
It wasn't.
That's it.
It wasn't anything. Yep. Now, what else can you say about it?
Not much. Not much you can say about this next match. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
At least it's got the crowd back into it. It seemed like when they were stars coming out. Logan comes out and they immediately get people, all right, F you, boo. And then, Randy Orton comes out and you get cheers for it. And I'll give Jelly Roll credit. He didn't look terrible. Like he didn't. I mean, I was surprised he took that splash from Logan. I'm not sure if I would have. I thought for sure he was moving.
I thought every bone in his abdomen was just destroyed.
Yeah.
Logan Paul. Kudos to Logan Paul for doing that frog splash facing Jelly Roll when he turned sideways in midair to land on him correctly, and he nailed it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and with the glasses that recorded it, like it was a cool. I mean, he goes viral for a reason. And I thought for sure the visual was going to be Jelly Roll rolling out of it so that Logan had, but no, it was good. And he sold it in the after show from what I saw too. So, I mean, that's all you can ask of a celebrity is actually like put in the effort, give a shit. Like, don't make it look like you're faking it. You know what I mean? Like put out the effort.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All I can say is Jelly Roll's no bad buddy. That's all I can tell you. He's no bad
Very
buddy.
true.
He's not even a Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville was a better celebrity wrestler than Jelly Roll. But
I'll give you that.
Be that as it may, Logan Paul made the pin with the frog splash again on Jelly Roll. I'm shocked that they lost. I couldn't believe they lost. I thought for sure this was going to be a match where the good guys would triumph over evil, and that's not the case at all.
Yeah, I thought Randy Orton was gonna. I thought they would do all the stuff they did, and then Randy would get a RKO out of nowhere on Logan when he tried to do like the buckshot or something, you know. And then and Randy would pin Logan Paul. But you know, maybe it makes some sense though, because then Logan and Drew can kind of ride the high of this win. It's not going to hurt Randy in the least, and I'm assuming, you know, knock on wood, Jelly Roll's gonna go roll into his summer tour. I guess I don't know. But so it made sense in that level.
I heard he's not done.
Oh shit!
All right, I heard he's not done. I heard he's going to be back for another show, which just leads me to the quote.
Don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, better him than Travis Scott, I guess. But
buddy, don't say that name. He's like Beetlejuice. You say it 2 more times, he's liable to appear.
Oh shit!
Travis Scott. They're shitting all over Travis Scott. all the wrestlers and their podcast interviews they're doing. They're shitting on Travis Scott because he's just horrible. They wanted him to go train at the Performance Center. I think he showed up for a tour of it. That was it. And he ran the ropes in a ring, and that was all.
Yeah, and took forever to enter the building because he took forever to come in. So even if you say his name 3 times, we'll have plenty of time to get out before he gets here. We got plenty of time. It'll take him at least 10 minutes to get down the ramp.
After this match was the chef's kiss of the evening. CM Punk versus Gunther, who always has a good match. I've never seen the man have a terrible match.
Yeah.
No, hard-hitting. Yeah. Hard-hitting. Punk was we got our first super chat.
Uh-oh.
Denisha Lane's up. What's going on, Denisha? She says, "Hey, how are my 2 favorite men doing? Bottles leave Jello Roll alone." That's my new name for him now, Jello Roll.
Jello Roll.
Jello Roll. The guy's a great singer, and I don't expect the guy to be the second coming of Bruno Sammartino with a month's worth of training at the Performance Center.
As long as he's still putting in the work, I'm fine. That's the thing. If he's showing up to the PC, putting in the work, learning, getting better, great. It's, you know, I don't need like somebody, like you said, taking a tour of the PC and going, cool, I'll see you back later. Like, no. If you're going to do it, do it. Don't half-ass. Right. You can't half-ass this.
He's no Travis Scott. Did you see Jelly Roll's wife in the crowd? She was just, when he got splashed on the announce table, she was, is he hurt? Is he really hurt? That's the key. They made it look so good. Even Jello Roll's even Jello Roll's wife thought he got hurt. But if he's made of Jello, he's pretty resilient.
I think it's less Jello now. He doesn't look nearly as big as he did before, but no, I mean, it was fun for what, yeah.
What's he, 300 pounds now, they say?
I think he might be a little bit under now. I thought they said like 280, but I think he was like almost 4. So
yeah, he lost 200 pounds.
Okay.
Said.
Yeah, that's right.
He was close to 500 freaking pounds, dude. He was outrageous.
Well, it's one of those things too. Like, he was big, but you always forget how tall he is. That's a lot of weight to be carrying at that height too. Yeah, no,
supposedly he's got surgery.
Better for his health.
Supposedly he's got surgery booked in January to remove all the loose skin. All the skin that's hanging down.
That's why he had to wrestle like in a body. That makes sense.
Right, because if he took that off, he looked like a flying squirrel running around the ring.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that, pal. Denisha, thanks for the 5 spot. We greatly appreciate it. You're keeping the channel alive, afloat, keeping it running, paying for the internet hosting for the Square Circle Maniacs podcast. Let's go right into Punk versus
Yeah,
Gunther. It was a
Gunther,
hard-hitting
yeah.
match. Punk tried to throw a lot of MMA, his UFC background moves in the match. He went for a triangle that really wasn't even a triangle. Gunther's locked up. It looks terrible. It looks the triangle looked terrible, Michael Cole. He was not in the triangle. There was nothing across his throat at all.
That right? Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. It's like, where's that? They got to cross the throat, but I thought it was great. That was what it needed to be. Where Gunther beat the crap out of Punk through most of it, and Punk would fight back and get shot down
just beat down, and he struggled to rise. And you're thinking, why doesn't Gunther just pin the guy? But he wanted to humble CM Punk. That was the story. He wanted to give him a beating of his life, and
show him who the best in the world really is. Yeah.
Dude, they really gave this guy a lot of rest time. They gave CM Punk a lot of rest time. The ref was not counting.
Right.
They were outside the ring. The ref wasn't counting. Gunther's shaking hands, kissing babies outside the ring, and laughing at CM Punk while Punk's laying there, propped up against the ring apron. And Gunther got busted open. Punk sent him across the announce table, and he got bathed in the fake blood. He wasn't really busted open. Someone said, Meltzer, you got to take this with a grain of Meltzer. Meltzer said that he said that Gunther's going in for nasal surgery. He didn't say what. He's going in for surgery on his nose, and that's why he's going to be gone for a while. And they tried to make it look like he was bleeding from the nose with the fake blood.
Okay, yeah.
But two GTSs. Two. The first one didn't get him. He was doing the old one-man gang staggering.
Yeah.
Without going down. And then he finally got picked up for another one, and down he went. And Punk won. He cried in the ring. He got awarded the heavyweight title, the WWE title. And, of course, Rollins comes out. And we talked about it on this show. Don and I said that it's a work. He's not hurt. It's a work. Guys like that get hurt, and the next day or 2 days later, they're down in Alabama.
Yep. Dr. James Andrews.
At that orthopedic clinic down there, getting surgery, getting repaired. Liv got a separated shoulder. She was down there the next day. So the faster they get operated on, the faster they can come back. That's the focus when a talent gets hurt. And Rollins was never. He didn't even get an MRI because he was too swollen, supposedly.
Right. That was all we heard was the MRI with the swollen, and then you saw the one video where he's on crutches for a quarter of a block with his daughter. That was all you saw, and people, I give George, my co-host, credit. He, from moment one, he was like, nope. He's like, I've had 17 knee surgeries. He's not hurt. He knew it, and he gave valid enough reasons. I was like, yep, I believe you. I was fully with. That's why I thought the way they did it was great. Where if people still were buying the kayfabe of it, he came out and it's your days are numbered. When I'm healthy, I'm going to come after you, and then walked away and then stopped. I thought that was, even if you knew it was coming, it was just like, well, that's how you do it, though. That was well done. I enjoyed it. And then he runs down. Have you seen the fan videos of Paul Heyman running behind Seth yet?
Yes. Yeah. They're going to give Heyman a heart attack.
Yeah.
He'll be the next one in that company to get fitted with a pacemaker.
If anybody listening has it, just search on Twitter, Heyman and Walrus, because somebody had it where he runs like a walrus and they nailed it. Yeah. No, it's funny. It was a good way to do it, though. And it fits the story. What's Punk, or what Seth said since Punk came back? You're not going to be world champion on my watch. Even if you win it, I'm still going to take it. So I thought it was done well, and really not saved the night, but really ended on a high note and kind of made you forget about, matches 3 and 4 that were kind of shitty. Like I said, the first 2 and second 2 matches were great. For me, on both nights, really, just have just those matches in one night as opposed to 2 nights. We probably would have had a better pay-per-view. But
you would have.
What do I know?
Would have. The commercials were just abominable. But you got to hint at it's not Vince's WWE anymore. It's a corporate entity.
Yeah.
And TKO/Endeavor, their whole forte is negotiating commercial placements, selling commercial spots. That's what they do. They're an entertainment company. They deal with networks, streaming services all the time. They're an entertainment company, and they're very, very well versed in where to sandwich in the ads. And when I forgot what match it was, I'll just say it was a ladies tag match. They're coming to the ring in the top left corner. Papa John's.
Yeah.
In the top left corner of your screen is the Papa John's logo for like 5 minutes. I wonder what they paid for that.
Well, and if you notice too, like obviously they have it on like the digital banners around the outside of the ring and on like the apron and stuff. And, you know, for George and I, when we do our show, I usually put up different pictures in the background. I've noticed during the, like every single picture of a match, you can see whatever advert is sponsoring the match. You can see it. Like this match, you see the drumstick logo or whatever logo. And it's like, that's what they're paying for those great wrestling pictures that are iconic. If you've got the Papa John's ad behind it, that's free advertising for Papa John's, you know, forever. So it makes a lot of sense of why they do it.
What they really wanted to make some money.
Yeah. No, my wife bought the last time she at the grocery store, the variety pack of drumsticks were on sale. There's a big giant WWE logo right on those suckers. So I think you see it. It makes it's making them a lot of money. So it makes sense. And I've taught myself with the PLEs now to like know when the commercial's on. That's when I'm gonna hit the bathroom. That's when I go grab a drink. Like I try to make it so it doesn't feel as shitty. But sometimes you sit back down, and you're like, man, I was up for 6 minutes and we're still come on. Lower the cage. Let's go with this match.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If they were to, if they really want to pick up a new sponsor, what they should do is WWE, if anyone, or TKO Endeavor, if anyone's watching, which I highly doubt, but if anyone is watching or anyone's going to be talking about this to one of those people, call Juergens. Have Juergens be a sponsor for your content, your PLEs and your TV shows. You'll bring in a lot of AEW fans that way.
Right. And I mean, yeah, instead of sponsoring the women's tag title sponsored by Juergens. Yeah, no, I get it. No, it makes sense.
Yes, that's what they need.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
The AEW gargoyles.
The AEW gargoyles. And, you know, they were all, and Meltzer, they're all rewriting history now. All the dirt sheet guys say, oh, we knew it was a work. We knew
the whole time.
His injury was a work. And Meltzer even said, when it first happened, oh, it was supposed to be a work, but it turns out he's really hurt. What? What?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a work, but it turns out he's really hurt. He's really hurt, and he's got to go get surgery. It's not good. He's going to be out for a few months. What?
Yeah, okay. or maybe he's fine. They give you 6 different things that could happen, and so when one of them is right, no, they didn't predict it. They gave you options. They covered their bets. That's like if it's a 10-horse race. I bought all 10 horses I bought to win. I'm gonna win one of them. You're still gonna lose money. Come on.
Absolutely. Well, now let's go to night 2. Night 2, which started out hot with a good match.
Yeah.
Naomi versus Naomi the champ versus Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. And Naomi's father and his little combo, his little band, played her theme song as she made her way down the ramp. And Dad even came down the ramp playing guitar, which I thought was a nice touch.
That was awesome. As somebody, you know, I'm an only child, and my dad was my best friend, but he died in 2000, at the end of 2008, very suddenly. So father and son, daughter, like that stuff. It's one of the reasons I'm such a big Cody fan, because I love Dusty and I love that kind of stuff. But like when they said that was her father, and you could see her face just beaming with pride, and his face like if that didn't get you at least in a little bit of the feels, who are you? Like that? Like that was cool for me. Like that was awesome. And then I saw Naomi post a couple of the pictures they took backstage. I think it was before the match, with like the professional shots of the two of them walking and stuff. It looked really cool. So that was a great way to have her come in an entrance. And man, Naomi's really pulled off this heel run. She has really rejuvenated her career with this.
I think that she's made noise in interviews about 6 months ago. Says she wants to have kids with Big Jim. She wants to have some kids before she gets too old.
Right.
And I think that this may be her last year. So she's doing all the things she really wanted to do.
Going out on a high note.
In this last year. Yes. She sees Becky Lynch. She sees Becky having kids. She sees other people there, like the Garganos. Having kids. So she wants it. Alexa Bliss, her kid is with her all the time on the road.
Right. Yeah, and so is Becky and Seth's kid. I think the child's name's Rue. She's always with them. So yeah, it makes sense. Make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. Naomi did something that made a lot of sense at the beginning of the match. She stepped out and let the other two
I thought
fight.
that was great.
But the other
Great
two
heel
refused
move.
to fight. They refused to fight. They just told her to get back in the ring, and when she wouldn't get back, they went on different segments of the ring to come out, the close her in, to get her back in the ring. And these girls put on a clinic
Yes.
in this match. It was just absolutely fantastic. One thing that I really saw that I thought was great, the sunset flip powerbomb on Naomi outside the ring was fantastic. I loved it. Naomi retained. It was a reverse roll up after the second rope. Rhea did a second rope riptide on Io. Naomi kicked Rhea off to the side, and she pinned Io. So
it was great.
It was great. That sequence was fantastic. It was I would even dare to say I would go back and watch that match again. That's how good it was.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was a very fun match. It was done well, and I don't think it needed to, but it felt like for me that Naomi still needed to retain her title to move that story further the way she has. So it was perfect, and she, like a heel, stole the match. I thought it was great.
And Stephanie Vacker faces Naomi at Clash in Paris.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Yes. She even said that they did a little pre-tape on WWE.com with Stephanie.
Okay.
Just her backstage. She said, "You're on borrowed time. See you in Paris."
That should be a good
Number
match.
two, the second match of the night was the multi-team TLC tag team match. Scrum with all these teams. Just too many to talk about.
Too many teams for this match, in my opinion. There was too many.
Too many teams. I'll just talk about the high spots that I saw that really interest me. Axiom jumped up on the top turnbuckle and grabbed Angelo Dawkins, and they both did a top rope Spanish fly through a table that Ciampa was laying on, but Ciampa beat feet and got the hell out of Dodge before he got his head caved in. And I saw that. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
To go that distance in a Spanish fly. Dawkins is game for anything. Dawkins, if they ever split up the Street Profits, and it's going to happen, unfortunately. Right. Dawkins, I hope he's not the Marty Jannetty of the team.
Right. Yeah, no, you hope they both can succeed. Yeah.
Good competitor, power man for the team. And I hope he survives. He's really like I don't want to say slim down, but like trimmed down to where now he's more lean. Like he's still a big guy, but now he's a bit more lean. And but he still has his strength and he can move better. And and I feel like if I was him in his shoes, how often have you heard about when people say, "Oh, they're going to split up the Street Profits and Tez is going to be a future world champion. Montez Ford's going to be amazing," and he is. But if you're Angelo Dawkins, you got to be like, "Well, what the fuck? I'm here too, bro. Like I can do this too." And if I was him, I would be extra motivated to not be the Marty Jannetty. So, exactly.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the match, but I mean, I was just glad it didn't go too long. I was worried this match was going to go 25, 35 minutes. Unfortunately, that was the next match, but I think it was like 17, 18 minutes. It was less than 20. I saw when I looked up. So that was good. It was what it needed to be. And it makes sense for the Wyatts to keep the belts because they just got them. So,
and
not sure what they're gonna do with it, but we'll see.
Even the women got involved. B-Fab, who used to be the manager for the Street Profits, she was back, and she was trying to climb the ladder to get the belts. Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano's wife, climbed the ladder too to try to get the belts. Even Nikki Cross for the Wyatt Six got involved. And one of the biggest spots of the match was for someone who wasn't even in the match. Candice LeRae fell off of a ladder out of the ring and through a ladder that was laying between the barricade and the ring and broke the ladder in half. Little Candice broke the ladder in half. And I thought, just Jim Ross, by God, she's broken in half.
That's a human being. She has a family.
That's right. That woman's got a family. I can prove it.
Yeah, we know the kid. I felt like Candice is smart enough to realize that like her time probably as a full-time wrestler with the roster the way it is now and who's coming up through NXT, she's pivot to a manager. It's a good role for her. DIY is a heel team, heel manager. It's a good, and she can stay in the company as long as she can with it. So it makes sense. And from everything I've heard, she's a really good coach trainer. So, it can eventually pivot that way and spend the next 20 years in the company and set your family up for life.
What about Ciampa hanging from the tag belts while they're on that hook. Someone moved the ladder away, and he's hanging upside down like a bat.
Yeah.
From that hook. I wouldn't trust that
No.
at all. Let alone
Well,
be
it's one of those
hanging
things-
upside down like he was. But good Lord.
It's one of those things that you have to move it because you have to like one up what was previously done. And like we've seen Jeff Hardy hanging there upside, by his arms and getting speared. What can you do? I'll hang upside down. Yeah, no, that's
Speaking of
good
Jeff
for him
Hardy.
for do that. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not
Speaking
doing
of
that.
Jeff. Speaking of Jeff Hardy. They were in the crowd. The Hardy boys were in the crowd.
And the Dudleys, and they promoted Bound for Glory.
Yes.
Now that is a partnership. That is how you work with somebody else in another promotion and help them. And yeah, it's putting over what your fans know, but hey, do you want to see the Dudleys and the Hardys in one last match? Bound for Glory is in October. Oh shit, I didn't know they were
Absolutely.
down there. Like how many people, because we're in the world and pay attention to what's going on, but the amount of WWE fans that actually pay attention to what goes on the internet is very small. So, I was probably sure there's a lot of people that saw that last night were like, hey, I'll watch that, or I'll get TNA Plus or whatever. That's
Right.
cool. I'm excited.
Right. Devon Dudley has been cleared by a doctor. He had heart
That's
problems
crazy.
for years. Cleared by a doctor. He lost a lot of weight working with that Diamond Dallas Page.
Right.
And they say he's healthy enough for another match. They can hide it, his limitations in a TLC match. I don't know if he could do the waz up off the top turnbuckle,
Right.
but they may have to flip that roll around, have him hold the legs up and have Bubba Ray do it. But
Yeah.
hey, God
Which I think
bless those
Devon would
guys.
be
They're
happy
in their-
with.
Yeah, God bless those guys. They're in their 50s, and if they can, get a paycheck, have one last run like this. Hey,
Yeah.
they can do it with the Hardy men. Matt Hardy's in the crowd with his legs on backwards, walking around like an automaton. Doesn't know where he's at. Jeff's looks like he's sober, I guess. Hopefully they can all stay healthy to have this one banger of a match, which is probably going to be pretty ugly. But
Yeah, that's what I
high
was just
hopes.
thinking. I'm like, I
gonna
just
be
hope
pretty
everybody
ugly.
comes out okay. Yeah.
Yes. Third match, night 2, a marathon. The IC title, Lyra Valkyria versus the champ, Becky Lynch. And Becky's got a new theme, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Which
You heard the new thing?
Which I feel like that's Seth needs to do. Like heels need to get rid of the theme, and then you go back to it when you become a babyface again, like AJ Styles did.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Exactly. And that
No,
thing is sponsored by Papa John's.
Or sponsored by Drumstick. Yeah. Or whatever movies come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
No DQs, no countouts in this. Lyra Valkyrie is in great shape. She's a great wrestler. A bad promo. She's a little lackluster in her promos. You can always work on that in front of the mirror in your hotel room. You can always work on that. But her wrestling acumen cannot be denied. She's a great wrestler. Same thing with Lynch. She's probably guided through the match by Becky Lynch, who is a female ring general. A lot of business outside the ring with kendo sticks, toolboxes,
Crowbars,
all the craziness. Lyra took a toolbox right to the shoulder, and I didn't see her try to block it or anything like that. She zip tied Lyra's hands, beat her with a wrench. She finally went underneath the ring and got free, and Lyra was about to be murdered by the crowbar, but she got saved by Bailey. Bailey came back to save her friend. So Lyra Valkyria, not really a friend, but she hates Becky, so she's going to interfere in that.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah,
that's right. And Bailey threw down the crowbar, and she punched Becky Lynch, and there's a little piece of business there. Lyra got back in the ring and tattooed Becky Lynch through a table, which was a great spot, but didn't see that coming. And Bailey accidentally, when Lyra was at the rope, she tried to punch Becky with a chain wrapped around her fist, but caught Lyra. Becky pinned Lyra, and Becky won, and Lyra gets no more rematches against Becky Lynch as long as she's the Intercontinental Champion. I liked it. I thought it was a great match. That's all I can say. There's some people in the chat, though, like women's wrestling. I'm not going to name names. But I thought it was a good match.
My only issue with it was it was just too long. Like it should have, and like there was points where they could have still gotten the spots in they needed to. There was just some of those weapon spots and things. I mean, the match was like 25 minutes. It was probably just a little bit too long.
I thought it was a half hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just that was my only issue. There was a couple of points where I was like, all right, go home. Like, go home, ladies. Like, I mean, overall, it was fine in the sense of it. And the story told was pretty good with it, especially with what's going to happen with Lyra now, getting Bailey involved. Like, it was definitely good for what it was within that. I just thought that's when I saw it, I was like, no DQ, no count out, no end. It just didn't seem to end.
Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage for the IC title. No,
U.S. title.
The U.S. title. Sorry, the U.S. title. What'd you think of that match?
I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I just didn't feel like why was it in the cage? It didn't seem like they used the cage enough in Sparks. I mean, there was some stuff at the end and then afterwards when Fatu like jumped off of it and did the moonsault and stuff, but just didn't seem like it had.
Didn't need a cage.
Yeah, right. Like it was just like use the cage more, throw each other into it, tie somebody up into it or something with it. But I mean, I got it of why you're doing this, and hopefully this can get Jacob away from Solo and maybe push him up the card into something else. I'm not exactly sure where you put him into.
I don't think it's over, buddy. I don't think it's over.
Oh, you're probably right. It's going to end in the War Games. Yeah.
I think it's going to go on and on and on.
Oh,
and Jimmy came out. The MFT came in. I really didn't care about any of this. I didn't understand why the champ came out first. Solo came into the ring first. Jacob came after that. Didn't understand it. Jacob Fatu sold early for Solo Sikoa. The MFT came out to interfere. They're in a steel cage, but these guys got into the cage. I don't understand it. It's just Jimmy came out to try to mitigate the advantage that they had.
Try to.
Jacob had a chance to leave, but he didn't. He told the ref to lock the door.
Right. Yeah.
And then he gets handcuffed to the top of the cage by Tala Tonga. Tala Tonga handcuffed him. You know,
the tallest Tonga.
He's the tallest Tonga. Yeah. Solo tries to leave. Jacob breaks the handcuffs. And the cameraman didn't pick that up completely at all. Didn't put a lot of effort into it. He just jumped down and the handcuffs broke. And Solo won by actually escaping the cage as Tala Tonga slammed the door on Jacob's head. I thought Samoans had hard heads.
Right?
Isn't that the old gimmick for like the last 50 years in wrestling?
Right. And he just got beat.
You get headbutted by a Samoan. Yeah, you get headbutted by a Samoan guy, you're done.
Or if you hit them in the head, they just shake it off and no sell it. Well, maybe, I don't know, because it was the tallest Tonga hit him with it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the cage, not only was it not necessary, but I feel like a hindrance at certain points in it with the way it was done, just the way the match was laid out. But I mean, it was fine, but it just wasn't anything special at all. Now, granted, there was another one that wasn't that long. I think it was less than 15 minutes. So it didn't get stale, but just didn't seem to need the cage at all.
So the match after this was AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. And this is another match I didn't care about. It could have been a Raw match. I was, playing on my phone, took a squirt, got another drink, got another piece of pizza, let the dogs out. Just was not interested in this whatsoever. In a real world fight, AJ Styles would completely wreck Dominic Mysterio. Does Dominic have it in his contract? He doesn't have to lift a weight. Seriously. I don't understand it. The man doesn't work out, doesn't lift any weights. He runs around the ropes, of course. Probably he does a great frog splash, but he's got those skinny, pencil-thin arms with the tattoos to hide the fact that he's got skinny, pencil-thin arms. You're not hiding it, Dominic. You look horrible.
I don't care how many chicken tenders you eat. You gotta fill out the body meter. So what's funny about this might have been my favorite match of the weekend when it was done. I wasn't that excited going into it, but all the Eddie Guerrero tribute stuff, I love. Like, I really have fallen in love with how Dominic is just a little piece of shit. Like, I just love it. It's so shitty. He's so fun with it. The Eddie Guerrero tributes were great with how AJ came out in the lowrider, and then you had the tights and the hand tape and stuff, and it was the 20-year anniversary of the custody for Dom match. I enjoyed it, like watching it when it was. Now, granted, maybe I did just finish dinner and I was just sitting there kind of like in the perfect like zone. So maybe that was part of it too. But I enjoyed this one a lot. But I mean, Eddie Guerrero's in my top 5. Like he's probably number 3 on my all-time list. So I mean, I'm a big fan of Eddie Guerrero. So any tributes to him that aren't from Sasha Banks are appreciated.
Yes.
Yeah.
AJ tried to calf crusher. Dominic unzipped his boot. He slid his foot out, grabbed the boot. The refs tried to fix a turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Dominic hits AJ in the face with the boot. AJ goes down. Frog splash with AJ. Dominic wins. And coming up after that was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And they hugged each other. Babyface John Cena. They hugged to start the match. A lot of weapons involved. Crowd was cheering Cena. Cody being booed on his comeback really told a tale right there. It was very reminiscent of Hogan versus The Rock all those years ago.
Yeah.
Where you had someone who was supposedly designated the heel, but got cheered, and the babyface got booed. Cena dominated the match mostly. The crowd loved Cena. They really did. Cody, I don't know why he took the lower rope off, and he was going to use the steel as a weapon. Michael Cole kept saying, the steel. He's using the steel as a weapon. the big bolt that holds the turnbuckle to the ring post.
Like, yeah.
He was hitting him with the soft turnbuckle. He wasn't using the steel whatsoever. So blatant. But the steel.
Cole had a couple of mishaps last night.
Choked. Yeah, he did. Choked him out. 3 crossroads. Cena kicks out. AAs. It was just kick out city. They were kicking out of each other's finishers, spamming finishers left and right.
And super finishers too, like where Cena hit like the AA off the top or the second turnbuckle and stuff.
Right.
There was times where it was, yeah. And I mean, I get it. It was should be the blow off match for their story with it. So it was fine within that sense of it, I guess, for some of it. But there was parts that even I was like, Jesus, and usually I don't mind the kickouts as much, but that was starting to got to me a little bit on this one.
Cody Rhodes beats Cena. Avalanche, Cody cutter through a table. Caught by a crossroads, and that was it. Cena went down. Cody went to leave the ring and allowed Cena to bask in the thank you, Cena chants. But before that, Cena gave Cody a hug. Cody cried like a baby. And
yes, I'd like to know what Cena said in his ear. That would have been,
that was probably a passing of the torch to
that's
Cody
what it
Rhodes.
seemed like. That's what should have happened at WrestleMania, but Rock and Travis Scott bombed that out. So I feel like this was the makeup, where it's like a makeup call in sports when the ref gets a call wrong. So like this was like the makeup match. Like we fucked up the Mania main event. We'll get this one right.
Everyone was chanting, thank you, Cena. And Cody Rhodes walked away. Thank you, Cena. And Cena, he took his bows and all that. And now we found out why they turned John Cena babyface again. Because Brock Lesnar came out and Michael Cole yelled, holy shit.
Yeah. Well,
I never thought I would hear a wrestling announcer yell out, holy shit.
Yeah.
But Michael Cole did. Cena F5. I mean, Lesnar he F5s John Cena, and now we know why he turned babyface.
Yeah.
And I also figure, I haven't seen the sales figures for Cena's merchandise. I know he sold a lot of merchandise when he first turned heel, but I'm sure that all dried up. I'm sure that all dried up as the heel turn kept going and going and going. And TKO probably took a look at that and said, this isn't working. We're not making a lot of money off these shirts or off these hats or whatever we got going on with Cena. So something's got to change. And Cena said he requested Brock Lesnar to come back. He wanted to work with him before he retires. So,
well, he did say Brock was like his best or like strong or like biggest opponent or something with it in that sense of it. Like I think he said that Randy Orton was like his best rival, but Brock was like his toughest opponent or something like that. And, when talking about like leading up to SummerSlam, it was like, well, it seems like Cody's got to win because if Cody doesn't win, what's he going to do? He's been shit on at that point. But then what happens if Cena loses? Where does he go? I had nothing. I had no idea. And instantly when you heard that guitar riff, that that's what it is. He's got Brock for at least a month, if not 2, because I know he doesn't have much longer left, really. But
right. This could have been a nice one night, 4.5 hour show with the right matches, and
Like I'm telling you, if you
I
cut
don't
out
wanna
match 3 and 4 each night, they would have been fine.
Yeah,
Done one.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say corporate greed, but it's corporate greed, and they're making the
Yeah.
money. And they had, let me see, I wrote down the attendance. Hang on a second.
It's like 113,000, I think, over the 2 nights. I know they hit over 60 last night, or at least they said that
They had 60,561 people on Sunday. That, with Saturday's attendance, was a total of, if you could believe Stephanie McMahon, 113,722 people.
Nice.
But
I knew it was 113 something.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and I mean that was, and then it's also that it's the where like with Cody getting booed and stuff at different points. It's also part of it, like, well, they were 10 miles from Newark. I mean, and hey, I'm not shitting on New Jersey. Both of my parents were from New Jersey. If New Jersey didn't exist, AltJake doesn't exist. So I got love for New Jersey, but come on, we can make fun of Newark a little bit. It was what it was.
Let's get a little something from Dave Meltzer, what he said about Brock Lesnar's return. He said 4 weeks ago, WWE legal cleared him. I do know everyone figured this out, but I can tell you also factually that the reason they didn't do the press conferences was because of this angle. I can believe that. I can believe that. And they're all losing their minds. I'm not going to mention the Twitter account. I'll just read what the member of the IWC posted. It's a spit in the face to every woman who's ever worked for this company and every victim of assault or trafficking who has ever watched this company. They just showed you what they stand for clear as day, a bunch of effing losers who don't give a F about the safety of others. Because they brought back Brock Lesnar. They seriously brought back the sex pest F-head with a piss fetish. Pray for the women.
God. Right. Because Brock now, because that's the other thing I saw people were talking about, like the stuff that Brock did in his 20s when his first run, where exposed himself to Terry Runnels and did a few other things. And I'm like, so you're telling me that in 20 years he hasn't grown up and evolved and changed? Like, I'm not saying that stuff was good. I'm not defending that shit at all. It was terrible, but we can evolve. We can grow. Like if you're not, it's like Triple H said about CM Punk. If you're the same person you were 10 years ago, you've wasted 10 years of your life.
And who hasn't exposed themselves to Terry Runnels?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the wrestling business. Whew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Women are not safe in the professional wrestling space. Female wrestlers aren't safe, and female fans aren't safe. He's gonna go ask a female fan for a golden shower, I guess. A deeply misogynistic community and industry. All because of Brock Lesnar coming back. A spokesperson for Janelle Grant issued the following statement on Brock Lesnar's return to WWE.
Oh, God.
For far too long, abuse was allowed to thrive under WWE's leadership instead of fighting this wrong. WWE has done nothing to ensure those responsible are held accountable. This attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug will backfire. We look forward to the full set of facts, including those about Mr. Lesnar, coming out in a court of law where they belong. But in the meantime, we refer you back to Janelle Grant's updated complaint, which outlines in detail the abuse she endured by McMahon and others while employed at WWE. So basically all she did was send a video of her peeing in the shower to Brock Lesnar. And he called her a dirty slut. And that was it. Never even met her, never had contact with her. Just saw pictures of her on Vince's phone. That was it.
Yep.
Michael Cole can go to hell. Every single person celebrating this and who made this happen can go to hell. Here's Air Gold. You know
Yes.
Air, right? From Twitter. He says,
yes.
WWE clearly thinks he can get away with everything they've done this week. Will Fightful, PW Insider, Wrestling Observer, Body Slam, PW Torch, and the rest of the wrestling media hold them accountable this time or let it slide like always?
And these are the same people who didn't have a problem with Will Ospreay taking a picture with Rob Feinstein this week. No.
Exactly. The same people don't have a problem with Chris Jericho telling Kylie Ray to come into his dressing room. He's standing there naked.
Right.
This is the same people that have no problem with Kenny Omega and Ricochet being good friends with a pedophile, Jason Rance.
Right. Yeah.
They have no problem with Gabe Kidd sexually harassing Mariah May. They've got no problem with Don Callis chasing Scarlett and Karrion Kross out of TNA. Right. Because he was the VP at TNA at the time and he was sexually harassing Scarlett, and they had to sign an NDA. They got no problem with that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable. And one other thing I wanted to bring up before we go, because Raw's starting right now.
Oh shit, yeah. Or that other guy that was friends with the Bucks, I forget his name, but like that he's been kind of washed away or whatever, but everybody, they still hang out with him and still put him over.
Is that Chase and Rance?
No, it's the other, I forget the other guy.
Marty Scurll.
Marty Scurll. Yes, that's it.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes. Marty Scurll, who tried to sexually assault a 16-year-old girl.
Yes, and they're still
she was at a
all
bar.
cool with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
These people have no problem.
None.
They have no problem with those guys, but they got a problem with Brock Lesnar, who didn't really do anything. He asked, it's no more than he asked for a picture of her rack or her ass, or if a girl asked for a dick pic from a guy. That's basically what it was. They act like he asked them for a golden shower.
Right.
That's what they're all asking. You know, here's a list of 10 NFL players. I'm not going to read all of them, who have been arrested for a crime. And this is data leading up to August of 2025, so this is pretty current. Xavier Worthy. He was arrested March 7th, 2025. He's from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Arrested for assault. His girlfriend refused to vacate his residence after he cheated on her. So he destroyed her property and physically attacked her. She physically attacked him. He refused to press charges on her. Jabril Peppers, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation, and possession of cocaine. Locked up October 7th of 2024. He pled not guilty, and the case remains ongoing. Cameron Sutton from the Steelers, March 7th, 2024. Domestic battery by strangulation. He strangled his girlfriend. She passed out. She woke up. He strangled her again. She passed out. Finally woke up. He said, "Man, I thought you were dead." Rashee Rice from the Kansas City Chiefs, locked up in March 2024. Exact date not specified in sources. Collision causing bodily injury. Faces 8 charges stemming from a hit-and-run crash in Dallas where he allegedly drove a Lambo at high speed, causing a multi-vehicle collision. Isaiah Buggs, second-degree domestic violence, second-degree burglary. He was arrested in Alabama. He's from the Kansas City Chiefs, too, by the way. They've got a lot of felons on their team. Arrested in Alabama for allegedly breaking into his girl's apartment with a tire iron and assaulting her. With a tire iron.
Jesus.
Let's see. I'm not going to go up. Von Miller from the Buffalo Bills. Zay Jones. This is all domestic.
Yeah.
Oh, Von Miller from the Buffalo Bills, November 2023. Third-degree felony assault of a pregnant woman.
Jesus.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
One guy, Frank Clark, he's a free agent now. He was formerly from the Kansas City Chiefs. June 21st, 2021, he was arrested. Felony possession of an assault weapon. Road rage with an Uzi.
Good look. The Uzi.
I don't recall seeing anywhere on Twitter, on social media, people stop watching the NFL because of these guys. A guy choked a woman until she passed out. She woke up and he was still mad at her. He choked her again. And she passed out. And when she finally woke up again a half hour later, he said, "Man, I thought you were dead." Didn't call the cops, didn't call medical for her, nothing like that. They got problems with Brock Lesnar, but they've got no problems watching the NFL, watching these guys.
Of course not.
One guy canceled his WWE Netflix subscription.
What?
Online. Did you see that?
I've seen people say that they're done with this company. I haven't seen like the specific one, but I'm not surprised.
They're done with the company.
Okay.
But they're not, they haven't stopped watching NFL or the
Right.
NBA. I'm not even going to get started on the NBA players. All the kind of shit that they've done over the years.
I mean, really, you could knock it down with any sport, whether it's Major League Baseball or even, pick your favorite soccer league, even if you like that. I mean, there's always something I forget. I know there's a player in the English soccer league for Arsenal that just got convicted of something and he played all last season because the team was like, "No, it's fine. He didn't do anything. It's fine. We know. We've done our investigation." Convicted of the assault that he was convicted. It's part of what it's going to be with this work. It's athletics. It's part of the deal. I don't know. The fact
It's
that, and
just
all they're
unbelievable.
they care about what they want to care about. They're going to figure out what's going to make them mad. That's the IWC they do two things mainly. They have no patience and they just want to complain. They're going to figure out, hey, what can I complain about today? Oh, we're not complaining about this anymore. We're complaining about that. All right, let's move over to there and complain about that. Like, it's just obnoxious.
Buddy, it's just a
And
shit
they all
show.
cancel each other.
They're just
Yeah.
They're just clutching pearl clutchers, because they're going like this,
Yeah.
like old
Oh my
society
God.
women grabbing their pearls. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Well,
Meanwhile,
I never. Oh, yes, you did.
meanwhile, the same people that are getting mad about Brock Lesnar and Vince McMahon and all these guys, they're punching their puppet in their basement to Sky Blue videos on YouTube and on Twitter.
Oh, or OnlyFans.
Or OnlyFans. They're gooning, as the kids say, they're gooners on OnlyFans. Punching their puppet to Mandy Rose or Cora Jade. Or Elena Black, as she's called now. The great Elena Black.
The great Elena Black. Yeah.
Great Elena Black.
The
Folks, I don't
DM
know what's wrong with
queen
these
of
kids
DMs.
nowadays. I know, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
well aware of her DMs, pal. She
Yes.
said that.
That was a great moment for us. That was funny.
Yes.
Loved
Like I really give a shit what Elena Black
No.
thinks. Jesus Christ almighty. She's horrible. Horrible. And I don't think she's making all that money that Meltzer said she's making on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
She's got a
is she
butter face.
horrible or is she horrible?
Horrible. I liked her, what I started calling her Hora Jade
Yeah.
on Twitter. And then a lot of people picked up on that. Then she changed her name back to Elena Black.
Yeah.
Hopefully
real
she'll
quick.
go, maybe she'll get an AEW. But she was wrestling, for a hot dog and a handshake at some of these GCW shows, and she was on a
backyard.
beach. Did you see that? A backyard
Yeah.
beach thing.
Yeah.
She wrestled
Somebody's
in
birthday
front
party.
of 50 people. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
She probably thought she's going to get paid $1,000 a show because she's such a ring talent.
Yeah. And she had so much time on WWE television. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy NXT. I like NXT, but it's not, you weren't on Raw, SmackDown, SummerSlam. Like, come on.
Right. And folks, like I said on the show, when she got fired, I said on the show that not all your favorites that you see from week to week on TV, and you wonder where they went, not all your favorites are everyone's favorite backstage. That's all I can say.
Right.
If you're an a-hole to your boss or to your fellow workers, they're going to put you on the list. Not the Jericho list, but they're going to put you on the list of liability people. So if they got problems backstage, and Nick Khan said we have to cut 5 people from NXT. Okay, no problem. I got them right here.
Right. It's just
They're already written down.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's how many? All right, I got 9 on this list. I got to pick 5. Give me a second. Nail it down. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Like,
Well, I'm glad that's all over with. We're still going to have repercussions from Lesnar until he next appears. If he appears this Friday on SmackDown, it'll all start up again.
yeah,
And I don't know if the blowback.
forward to.
People say, well, TKO asked for him back. That's what a lot of people were saying. TKO Endeavor, they're an entertainment company. They're staffed with agents and lawyers at their beck and call in their corporate offices. I'm sure that they conducted an independent investigation to see if Brock Lesnar is actually responsible for anything that happened to this girl. And it's been proven he's never met her physically. He's never met her in person. So he's a trafficker. He's a human trafficker. Good Lord Almighty, man.
He received things. Yeah. And his text with Vince, like no one that has a friend who's a little bit too horny and texts some weird shit and just like, okay, buddy, no, you sure? Like give him a thumbs up or whatever to shut him up. Like, come on. Yeah.
Right.
Never met her in person. Never like never like emotionally even assaulted her or whatever. Like it's just stupid.
He probably saw pictures of her and went, giggity. Well, folks, that's it for the show this week. I'd like to thank AltJake for filling in for Don this week.
Absolutely. Thanks for
SummerSlam
having me. This is
review.
a lot of fun. This is a great
I'm
time.
glad you like it, pal. I'm glad you like it.
Anytime.
AltJake's got a channel, AltJake Takes On. He does spaces. You're generally every Sunday at 6:05, right? On Twitter.
Yeah, 8:05 Eastern usually on Sundays is when we've been trying to go. We had to move it around because with July we had what was it? You had the Evolution, we had the TNA pay-per-view, and then SummerSlam, so we had to move those around. But move for the rest of, I think, until for probably at least the foreseeable future. Yeah, we'll be 8:05 Eastern on Spaces live every Sunday through my account. Everything's just AltJake takes on. And just look for that ad. I'm at YouTube, X, soon to be on Spotify and all those as well. For what we record, we do a recorded episode every week. We do a classic match review every week, and then the Spaces every week. And I put it all on YouTube. So we're having fun for sure.
What do you got coming up for the weekend?
Well, we have our next classic match review is going to be the Sergeant Slaughter Pat Patterson alley fight from 1981. Yeah, that's gonna be the next one that we do. We like to do we watch the matches, then we kind of do a review. Eventually, we're talking about doing like a Patreon and like watching them on there with it, but we'll cross those bridges. The match before we did was Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc 97. You know, we're trying to watch fun matches that people enjoy. And then we just did our SummerSlam review today. I'm in process of posting that to our YouTube today as well. So yeah, we usually get at least 1 to 2 videos every week, plus the Spaces. So it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of content, and we're trying to do something different. We're trying to be more conversationalist versus people just yelling at each other or bitching about things. We're trying to because we're not going to agree on everything, but we'll talk about it. He's the one who convinced me that Seth wasn't hurt, and he was right. So appreciate you having me on. It's been fun.
Sounds good. Now, do you know where to find AltJake?
Yes, sir.
And thanks for coming on, pal. Thanks, George Captor. He's Jake's producer, agent, man of 1,000 booker, man of 1,000 talents. And we bid you adieu. Ta-ta, cheerio.
Peace.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.